Hello everybody, good morning to all. This is Gopal from Department of Chemistry, Bharadasana Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Today we are going to see 11th standard 6th unit. This is the 5th part. Title is Ideal Gas Equation. So students, the before class you already know about the gas laws. So the ideal gas equation today simply relates all the laws of gas. Boyle's law, Charles law, Avogadro's law and Gay-Lussac's law. Shall we start? So now we start from the ideal gas equation formation. From Boyle's law we know that pressure is indirectly proportional to the volume. So according to Boyle's law, P is directly proportional to 1 by V. So according to Charles law, V directly proportional to T, and by Avogadro's law, V directly proportional to N. Let you see here, all the concepts are given in the ideal gas equation. The pressure is indirectly proportional to volume, so pressure is multiplied with the volume. Pressure is directly proportional to temperature because the volume directly proportional to temperature, so V directly proportional to T. So that concept also satisfied. Pressure volume relationship and volume temperature relationship also satisfied in this equation, and volume directly proportional to number of molecules or number of moles, Avogadro concept also satisfied. When you put the E equal, you can additionally add one gas constant. Gas constant value is represented as the symbol R. Here R is the universal gas constant or ideal gas constant. How can we find the R value? If you want to know the R, you can write PV divided by N into T. Let us see, the pressure its unit is ATM and volume unit is liter, and number of moles contains the unit MOL. The temperature is Kelvin. So when you applying the pressure, volume, number of moles, temperature values, you can get the gas constant value as 0.0821. So this is the constant value for universal gas constant, 0.0821. By knowing ideal gas equation, you can apply this for various gases obeys the gas laws. By knowing this, we can go to the next one, our second topic. The second topic is Dalton's law of partial pressure. So to find out the total pressure, we can add the partial pressures of the container. How can we find the pressures? Let us take the formula for pressure. P is equal to N RT divided by V. Why we choose this formula? PV is equal to nRT is the ideal gas equation. From this I derived the values for pressure only. So remaining values going on the right side. So we can get nRT divided by V as the formula. In this formula, look at here, when the pressure is changed into P1, if I initially I change the pressure means at constant temperature and at constant volume and also at constant value, gas constant value, we can see the number of moles definitely will change because temperature is not changed and volume also being constant. So both are constants, not changed. If you change the pressure means, how can you change? By increasing temperature you can change the pressure. By increasing volume only you can change the pressure. But let us see, when volume is decreased you can change the pressure, when the temperature is increased you can change the pressure. But in this concept, the temperature and volume both are constant, not increased or decreased. So if you want to increase the pressure, you want to increase the number of moles in the container. So for any gas molecules, if you change the number of moles, then only pressure is changed. So that changing pressures may be P1, P2, P3 likewise. Same like the number of moles also can be changed into N1, N2 and N3 likewise. So how can the formula is obtained? You can see, so this is the formula. N1, N2, N3, when we adding together, we can get total N values, number of moles, and PV is equal to nRT is the ideal gas equation, from which we can find P is equal to nRT divided by V. If you apply the P1, you can get N1. Remaining T and V, temperature and volume are constants. If you are applying P2, you can get N2. If you are applying P3 means you can get N3. So to find the total pressure, you can add the partial pressure values P1, P2 and P3. So this is the partial pressure of Dalton's law. Now we go to the next one. Now to find the total pressure, P is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3. Likewise, the P1 value is N1 RT divided by V. For P2, N2 RT divided by V. For P3, N2 RT divided by N3 RT divided by V. Likewise, it will goes. So P1, P2, P3 we can have N1, N2, N3 values. Here the common terms are RT divided by V. So you take the common term, only you write N1 plus N2 plus N3, likewise it will go. So total pressure can be written as P total. P total is the total pressure. So you can write total for P. Likewise, you can write total for N also. N total. N total means total number of moles. And then RT divided by V is the final gent. So this final equation is a simplified form of all the pressures adding together to find the final pressure. So this simplified form will help us to find the total pressure of any container. This is the Dalton's law of partial pressure. By knowing this, you can apply for various gaseous production synthesis in the industries. Okay students, I hope you all are clear about this concept. In the below description, you have study material and self-assessment question paper. Write the self-assessment and send us a photography for correction. Thanks for making time to watching this. Thank you.